the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Did you see somebody try to do Grand Theft Yacht in Jupiter yesterday?
No, what happened?
There is a Russian national named Nikolai Vilkov who swiped a 16-foot, three-story yacht from the Blowing Rock Marina in Jupiter and headed north in it. And, you know, for a while they didn't really know. I guess it wasn't reported right away, and they didn't know if maybe it was a repo type thing. And so they were kind of saying, hey, does anybody have any idea, was this guy authorized to take that yacht? Once they found out that he was not, Martin County deputies jumped into action and used their boat to push the yacht into the mangroves.
Oh.
The sheriff doesn't know exactly what old Nikolai planned to do with the yacht. They suspect that maybe he might have been part of a larger criminal organization. But I've never heard of Grand Theft Yacht. Do they get stolen often? I wouldn't think you could get very far with those things.
Not from the marina like that.
Right.
There's so many witnesses, and people are probably like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Yeah, kind of thought that was odd as well. A troubling story on the west coast of Florida, just a little bit south of Naples. A black bear is believed to be responsible for the death of an 88-year-old man, Robert Markle.
I saw this. This is horrifying.
Yeah, the man was in his trailer sleeping, and it sounds like the bear got in there, killed him and his dog.
Oh.
They said that would be the first death by bear attack in the state of Florida.
That is horrifying.
You wonder what made the bear snap. Was it just hunger, or is there something else going on there?
Yeah, why it went after a human, I'm not really sure, but they did find two bears nearby, and I think it's near a nature preserve as well. They euthanized the two bears they found. One of them was so big it took 10 men to carry it away.
Oh, my.
So I don't know if that is the one that took out the 88-year-old man, but that would be a first here in the state.
I mean, what's your move if a bear breaks into your house? Do you do the whole go for the eyes?
I don't know. I mean, this guy sounds like he was just in the trailer sleeping.
Yeah, I don't know what your options are at that point.
Do you just try to get out of a window and get out of there, maybe?
All right, that'd be the only thing I could think of.
I think you got to go for the genitals, man.
I don't know if I'm fighting the bear and his dong.
Well, and you're 88.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. My grip is terrible now.
Yeah. I think you just say a quick prayer and say, see you in a few, God.
I'm coming home, Mama.
44-year-old Christina Solometto. She is the Pennsylvania woman who defecated on a person's car during the road rage incident.
Yes, we saw the video and we were like, who would do this?
Mm-hmm.
Christina.
That'd be Christina. Now, I know you're inspired to do this line of work, Virginia, but she is basically the same profession as you, and I don't mean radio. I mean, she is an OnlyFans content creator that specializes in foot fetishes.
Yeah, you're not on OnlyFans, but you're on your own weird nose, odd toes. What's it called?
It's called witchnosecutetoes.com, and I have my own platform because I don't want to share my money with OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah, how much money are you making with this?
I haven't monetized it yet.
So you're just getting creepy messages for free?
Yes, and there's a lot of creepy messages.
Well, the road raging foot fetish creator with diarrhea promises subscribers an intimate toe tally experience, including decorated toenails, toe jewelry, and personalized fetish content. Then asked why she decided to poo on that woman's hood, she said that, well, he called me a bad name, so I dropped a deuce instead of turning violent. I wanted to punch them in the face, but I pooped on the car instead and just went home.
Give me the punch.
I would say so too, yeah.
It's an interesting weapon. I mean, is she in trouble? Or she's in trouble for pooping, right?
She was charged with indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, and depositing waste on a highway.
And her OnlyFans is thriving. It's never done better.
Probably. A 51-year-old man was arrested after walking into an unlocked church in Pennsylvania and peeing in a pedestal containing holy water.
Dude.
That can't be good.
What the hell?
How about that? That is...
He peed in the holy water.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
But if you immediately ask for forgiveness, are you forgiven because it is in church? And you mean it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think God may be like, no, not on
Nah,
this one.
nah. We ain't
Yeah.
gonna let this one slide.
Yeah. No.
Regular rules don't apply.
Yep. Kind of an interesting thing that they're doing here in South Florida in Pinecrest. They've got a peacock problem, and I guess to curb the numbers, they're planning on doing peacock vasectomies.
Peacocks are very aggressive, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I don't know if you've ever lived in a neighborhood that had peacocks. My girlfriend did. And these peacocks would chase her and her kids and their dog.
Yep.
These peacocks don't play.
Yeah, they said that they're out of control. They're leaving messes behind on driveways. They're scratching cars. They're especially loud during mating season. And here are the people of Pinecrest speaking out.
I mean, when I was growing up, there were no peacocks. You know, our neighborhoods were full of herons, blue herons, and ibises. I mean, the official bird of University of Miami is the ibis. That's what we want to see in our neighborhood. Those are the native species. And now, really, you would think that our mascot is the peacock because they're everywhere.
A male will fight for his territory, even to the extent of attacking his own reflection in a car door.
Wow.
Oh, they're also stupid, too.
They're stupid and they're aggressive.
That got to go.
I think I identify with this peacock.
Yeah, and they say that peacocks are not native to Florida, so they're considered an invasive species. And, you know, we don't treat our invasive species very nicely here in the state.
So somebody probably had a couple peacocks. They mated, and you know the rest, Virginia.
It just got out of control.
Yep, that's pretty much how it goes. Let me see. Got a couple other interesting stories here. In fact, this one is a little bit odd. There is a former housing official under the Bush administration that's claiming the U.S. government has secretly diverted $21 trillion to build an underground city network for the rich and powerful in a near extinction event.
What you talking about, Willis?
Right.
Talking about aliens.
Is this real, Kevin?
Catherine Austin Fitz is her name, and it does seem to check out. Now, whether her story is legit or not, she is suggesting that even some of these bases are located under the ocean. She previously served as the Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for Housing under the Bush administration.
Has she lost her mind or is this real?
That's the question. She suggested there are 170 underground bases that are all connected by a big transportation network. Here's a bit of her comments.
Between fiscal 1998 and fiscal 2015, there were 21 trillion of undocumentable adjustments. So the question is, where's all this money going? And one of the things I've looked at in the process of looking at where all this money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and transportation system that's been built. So we have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems. If you thought you were going to get a near extinction event.
Wow. That's where the rich go.
What?
Yeah, how about that, huh? If
The
that's
rich
true.
or the government?
Probably a little bit of both.
Probably the both, Virginia.
Yep. And now there's a former CIA scientist who's claiming to know the amount of secret alien tech in America's possession. This is Dr. Hal Puthoff, a psychiatrist, physicist, and electrical engineer who worked on the government's psychic spy and UFO research programs. He revealed that the U.S. military has recovered more than 10 crashed UFOs since the 1940s.
Wow.
How many of these crashed crafts do you estimate there are that human beings have recovered?
More than 10.
More than 10.
More than 10.
And that's just the United States.
But what did we find in these crashed
Well,
ships?
That's the big question. He did not get into specifics on that. He's 88, and he's the former project leader for the CIA's remote viewing program, which taught mentally gifted individuals how to psychically see distant objects and targets with their minds.
Whoa.
He added that even more of these non-human craft have allegedly been recovered by other nations in isolated deserts and from the oceans around the world, with more possibly hiding out in alien bases underwater or near quiet mountain ranges.
Huh, a lot of talk about cities and bases underwater. Who's been talking about that, Virginia?
You talked about it, but you said the aliens made it. He's saying people made it.
Well-
and then now that we're hiding the alien ships.
He said that perfectly intact UFOs have just been left as donations for humans around the globe to find and learn from. That's interesting.
Reverse engineering.
Almost like the aliens want us to get this information.
It's a theory.
Okay. Well, that's what he says. I don't know if you trust this former CIA scientist or not, but that is his claim that we have at least 10 in our possession.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.